wherever you want to go. And it's always fun to come and have a new topic. So this week we are going to talk a topic that we really do like twice a year. So we covered it in April, and now we're going to cover it again, but it is couponing without the stress. So what I mean by that is one of the biggest excuses that I hear from folks is, I do not have time for that. And in all honesty, this doesn't have to take a lot of time. So I'm left kind of pondering like, it takes as much time as it takes you to go to the grocery store, but it doesn't need to take you hours and hours and hours. Now, are there people that it takes them that long? Yes. And I'd say, if anything, for some of those folks, it's because it's a fun, crazy hobby, but it's not something that it needs to take you that long. So that's our goal as we go through tonight, is to talk about how to make things faster, how to make things less stressful, less time consuming, because this really should be a lifestyle change and not a crazy hobby. And that's how I want most people to look at it. I think it might have been last week's Q&A or a couple of weeks ago, we had someone join us that was new, which is great. I love folks that are watching for the first time, but her question was, are you extreme couponing? Well, I would say yes, and I would say yes in a sense compared to lots of folks who aren't, but am I the person who's living in the grocery store so that I can get every single freebie that is humanly possible? No. I go grocery shopping once a week, and I shop at one grocery store and one drugstore, and that's it. I don't need to go to every store in the 40-mile radius. I don't have time or gas for that. But the big reason is that everything is going to come on sale at the store that you pick. So while I may look at the Publix ad this week and the Bilo ad this week, and the sales aren't the same, in 2 more weeks, it's going to be on sale at the other store. So if you've picked a store, pick a good one, but if you've picked a store, then you really could just watch that store sale. I don't need to go everywhere. One store will be plenty for getting most of the deals. So that's the first one that I would have to say for most folks. Like, if this is taking you way too long, then let's just start by assessing how many stores you are shopping on a regular basis before you start to complain that this is taking too long, because that's a big one. One store is probably enough. Now, I'd love for you guys to chime in, because I know that there are some folks, you guys are on all the time, and this is kind of like our hangout time. But how many stores do you guys regularly shop? So if you want to stick that in the comments, I'm curious. This is my routine. I shop one grocery store and one drugstore. But if you're hitting more than that, I am just, we'll call it like market research. How many stores do you regularly shop a week? I'd love to see it in the comments. But 1 is my happy number. And I just saw Carrie mention too, patients with children. Yeah, I could not haul children with me to all of those stores. So if you live in Columbia and you've spotted me in a grocery store, odds are you've spotted me with kids, though hopefully not all of them. I do have a very sweet husband who will usually keep some, and the others end up out with me because they think it's fun. It's fun to go grocery shopping with mom. Okay, so I'm seeing a couple on the YouTube side that are saying 3, but if you guys are, and then Nicole saying Costco and Aldi, and then coupon at CVS and Target. So, I can see it. And throwing in Target, Target's kind of like this random one that I don't tend to count. I always think of Target like a treasure hunt. I don't go in to get stocked up on things. I go into Target because we find out about some crazy deal, and I'm thinking, I could use that crazy deal, but it's not a big shopping trip for me. It's just to hit or miss those 1 or 2 items. Okay, so we'll move on there, but it is interesting to see. Other folks are saying 2 or 3, and Laura's saying with you guys it's 4. That would kind of stress me out. I will confess, if I lived towards the city, my number may be different, but I don't. So for me, to get back to a grocery store is about 25 minutes. And I'm not going to make that haul multiple times a week. So I go in, I tend to do all my shopping 1 day a week. Now, cross-country season has thrown that to the wind because we're in town a lot. So today I went to Walgreens And I thought we would talk the deals and we would mention one. So this guy right here is a big money maker in Walgreens, or a $1 money maker. It's still a money maker in Walgreens to grab a razor. So, in terms of how do we get started, how do we know what deals to even get started with? This is where I want to encourage folks, if you're brand new, what tends to be the biggest time sucker when you're brand new is logging into sites and getting set up on all the different manufacturers' websites to be able to print from P&G and to print from catalogs and here and there. That takes a little bit as you're first getting started and you're creating those logins. You've never been to any of these sites before. So what I recommend to most folks, if you're in that brand new stage, is that you pick one store and you put maybe 10 items on your list. And you go to the grocery store and you get those 10 items with those coupons for them. So this is actually a Walgreens deal. And if you're brand new, I might not actually push you to the drugstores. But even if that's what you were going to do, if you said, you know what, I want to start in the drugstores. I want a free razor. And this is kind of a fun one. I think this could totally go in someone's stocking and they would think I, went all out and got him something fancy. But even there, I would encourage you, if you're going to look at the list that's on Southern Savers and you're going to make a shopping list, that you don't just sit there and start checking every single item in Walgreens. It's going to be overwhelming. You're not ready for that. Definitely not in the drugstores. I would say if you're going drugstores, you pick 1 or 2 items. But if you're going grocery stores, maybe 10. So I put those 10 items, again, on my shopping list. And then I find the coupons for those 10 items so that I'm not sitting here spending 4 hours getting ready for this very first trip. You're spending maybe 20 minutes. Let's make a shopping list. Let's find those 10 coupons to go with those 10 items and let's go. And the reason for that is that you're kind of setting yourself up for a win. This isn't overwhelming. It didn't take a ton of time, but you went to the store, you used all your 10 coupons, and hopefully you saved a chunk of money. But it set you up for a win, and now you're ready for like round 2. That wasn't so scary. That wasn't so overwhelming. And I think for some folks, they decide, we need to do this, we need to save money, and you like go leaping into the deep end, and then you're overwhelmed by week 2. You can't handle how much time that just took. So let's not do that. Let's start really small with baby steps. 10 items grocery-wise, 2 or 3 drugstore-wise. So I know I've showed you this, so let me walk you through the deal really quick. And this is on the Walgreens list on Southern Savers right now. So head into Walgreens. This razor is on sale for $6.99. This isn't even a reward, so it's kind of an easy one for folks that want to get started. $6.99 just on sale. Everybody in your Walgreens app has a coupon for $5 off of a Bulldog razor. So that just makes it $1.99. And then we have an Ibotta offer for $3 back. Guys, that's $8 off, and the razor costs $6.99. So no rewards needed here, just a completely free razor after the store coupon and the Ibotta offer, and that's in Walgreens. Now, again, if you're brand new, we add the razor and some free toothpaste. That's probably all I would do in Walgreens if you're brand new this week. There's a lot of free toothpaste, Crest or Colgate, you pick. But the razor and toothpaste, and go home. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't grab too much. Just start really small. And hopefully, that is going to take a little bit of the stress off, and it's going to make it where you feel like you didn't automatically fail, because that's where I get folks. They'll say, I don't even know where to get started. This took 4 hours. Doesn't need to do that. So the next part of that, and I'm on my own right now, by the way, guys, so I'm going to try to keep up with comments, but I might have to wait for my husband to help me pull them all out. Let's see. And sorry, folks. You're saying that you're not seeing it on YouTube. I'm not sure why you aren't. But I'm seeing all the comments YouTube-wise. So hopefully some people are seeing it. Sorry if it is screwed up. So my husband's trying to get people in bed. We were running really late tonight. So you guys have me all to yourself right now. Let's see. As we get going tonight, and I'm trying to check and make sure I don't miss some comments, I'm seeing a lot of stores too that you guys are hitting. Carrie says I go to Lidl for produce and dairy, but she also lives near a lot of stores. So yeah, a lot of you are mentioning that you go to lots of places. if you are dealing with time on this, I would just pick one. If you want to go to a second store for dairy, for the milk deals that nobody else has, that's totally a good way to save. For me, I always grab my milk where we are. I'm not making a separate trip because I have the kids with me, because I just want to get this done. But we usually can grab some money makers and then use those money makers to help pay for milk in another store if you want to look at it that way. Okay, so where I wanted to go next in terms of trying to kind of reduce stress overall. A lot of how you're doing it. Oh, good. I'm glad, TV, that you're seeing it on YouTube. It's working fine. I'm glad that some folks are there. And Paige, the razor on Ibotta. So this is a fun one. If you have not, I'll show you this in the Ibotta app. Let me everything's hidden here. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys. Let's see. I need my... I don't even know what I need. My button's missing to be able to show you guys my phone. Let's see. It's, there we go. Now we got everything. Okay, so to show you my phone, there, I can get, it's like kitchen sink. Everything just popped up. Okay, now I hide all of those. So I'm inside my phone. But if you have Ibotta, this offer, and I haven't actually redeemed my receipt yet, but I'm going to scan the back of it. The offer doesn't actually say razors, but I did that on purpose. So when you scan the back of this guy, this is counting as that $3 Bulldog skincare product. That's all that Ibotta is going to care about. So when you go to scan your receipt, it's going to ask you to scan the barcode of the product, and this is a participating item. So yay, pair it in, grab that $5 Walgreens digital, which, by the way, since I have this up, I can show you Walgreens-wise too. I've already used it, so it's not going to pull up for me. But even in Walgreens, look up here in the top of the phone, and there is a barcode scanner, even in Walgreens. It's the best way to find them. So for me, it's not going to find it because I just used it in the store this afternoon. But for you, that's a breeze. I've had a lot of folks comment, just finding the coupons in the Walgreens app can be overwhelming, and I get it. There's 339 in there, and sitting here like this is going to take you a while. So don't do that. Instead, come back, hit the barcode scanner all the time, and go about finding your offers that way. And again, I already used it, but just kind of showing you the gist of how you would do that. So for me, that is how I've started to coupon in Walgreens, but also in other stores. Any of you that are using Kroger, if your Kroger has implemented the new Scan and Go, if you actually scan and go and you're logged in to the Scan and Go little system in your Kroger and you scan items with it, it's going to actually alert you if there is an e-coupon for it. Now, I don't know why it doesn't alert you if there's a 5-time use coupon for it, but if there's a digital coupon for it, it's alerting you. So use it. Not only is it going to be fun to sit there and scan things as you go and not have to check out later, but it's helping you not miss any of your digital coupons. Target also has that barcode lookup. So that is my go-to with most of these apps, is to always search by barcode. Now, some of them aren't working so well. Publix is trying to put that into their app, but it's very hit or miss if it's going to pull up a coupon. It's pretty rare for it to pull up a coupon, but the other stores definitely have it right. So hopefully you will be able to find that. Oh, and Jennifer saying that hers says it expires in 2 hours. Mine for the Bulldog Skincare, Jennifer says it expires in 5 days, and it's Walgreens only. So hopefully your Bulldog Skincare says the same thing. I wouldn't wait too long to redeem this one. So if you head to Walgreens tomorrow to get it, I wouldn't hold off too long because it can go away when it lines up. And it makes for a moneymaker. A lot of times those don't last incredibly long. So just scan the product when you get there, and that's going to solve a lot of things, hopefully. So in terms of the apps, and I guess before we go to apps, I see a lot of questions on apps. I really want to hit kind of the basics on just how to make this a little faster for you in other places. So I showed you my shopping list with Walgreens, but in terms of using Southern Savers, I even get folks that will say, I don't even know where to go to make a shopping list. So the gist here of using Southern Savers, if you were to come to the site, find the store. Oh, I don't know what I just clicked on. Oh, okay. Find the store that you want to go to across the top. Grocery, National. National's all of like Dollar General, Walmart, Target. These lists work for anywhere that you live. They will be the same deals in your area. And then the drugstores are off on their little section. But if I find the list that I want to go to, click on Publix, I'm going to see every list that's currently running for Publix. And with that, keep in mind that it's not always the current one. So for folks in Florida, your ad goes through Wednesday. For all of us that aren't in Florida, our ad actually starts on Wednesday. So sometimes you need to pay attention to which tab you're on. This is the upcoming Publix ad, so we can start to get ready for future deals if we wanted to. And by the way, a little inside tip, I've started posting that on Saturday. I don't actually put it on the site until Monday, but the list is up on Saturday. So we can scroll through and we can start to find things. So when I tell you, and let me make this big, sorry guys, I always forget to make it as big as I can for those of you that are on your phones. So when I tell you that I would go through and I would pick 10 items, what I mean is that you're going to go through and let's just check 10 boxes and pull those items, and we're going to just pull things that have great coupons with them. We're going to pull those items to a shopping list, and I lost count. I wasn't counting here. We'll do one more. Ragu. So I can scroll all the way to the bottom if I want, but there's a fast way. If I come up here and I click the bottom category, it'll jump to household. And then I can just tell it that we're going to name this our Publix live list, so I don't try to just go and grab these 10 things in the store. So now these items are on a shopping list for me, and I can start to just deal with this. So don't start over here. Don't look at this and start to find all the coupons from this. This is a really long list, and this is going to be kind of overwhelming. Instead, pull them to a shopping list, and now let's work on finding the coupons from here. You've kind of reduced your work just a little bit. It's going to be a lot less overwhelming. And the other thing the shopping list does at the bottom is organizes the coupons by the date that they came out in the paper. Now, I didn't check a lot of things, so it's got just 2 sets of inserts there. But if you are keeping your inserts whole, this way you can grab your Smart Source insert from 825, and here are all the coupons that you need to look for in that 825 insert. So the goal is to make it as quick as you can, and then kind of move on from there. So you can print whatever you want to print, and then you can cut whatever you want to cut from the inserts, and you're ready for the store. So for me, when I hit the store, I take my shopping list and I take my coupons, but I don't take all of my inserts. I'm just a normal person with a normal shopping list. So don't sit there and overwhelm yourself trying to grab 400 coupons for all these products, especially if you're just getting started. Or if you're already overwhelmed, well, let's tone it back a little bit and let's just focus on a few items and focus on those coupons. And I'd also say leaving the coupons at home and just taking what you've cut is going to take some stress out of it too. So this isn't going to be organization, but I am going to show you what I do really fast. We're not going to go into other systems, but this is what I use. So my coupons are in a hanging file folder. And they aren't color-coded or anything. It's just the colors of the folders. The oldest is in the front. The newest is in the back. So every week, I have 12 folders here. Every week, when the inserts come for me, I take out the oldest, and this guy is going to can get sent overseas to the troops if you're doing coupons for the troops, or it can get chunked. But pretty much everything in here is expired, and I'll show you in just a second the tip if you haven't learned it for how to tell that. And then this folder is empty. We are going to move it to the back, and the new set of inserts will go right in there as soon as they come in the mail. So they did come in the mail probably today, and my husband, he tends to not always deliver them to my desk, but they're around here somewhere. So that was it. I organized my coupons. Take them out of the mailer, put them in the folder, and move on. I would recommend that you write the date really big on the front, because it's on here, but it is really tiny on the spine, and you don't want to sit there and analyze it. So these I didn't write the date on, so you have to let my eyes sit here and adjust. So this is 6/2. So to show you a tip for how to quickly figure out what's good and what's not good, if you come to Southern Savers and you go to the coupon database on Southern Savers, and then we're going to type in the name of the insert and the date. So this is the Smart Source. He says it across the top, Smart Source. So our search here is going to be SS6 and a 2-digit date. Look at that. 3 coupons. That is all that is good in this entire insert. That's all that's left. 3 coupons. So you can look at that and say, you know, I've probably used the American Flatbread coupons because they were BOGO a few weeks ago. I probably also used the Stella. There's nothing else left in here that I'm going to need. So you'll do it for the Smart Source, and then you'll need to do it again for the Retail Me Not because they do have different names. So RMN and nothing is good in the RMN from that week. You're done. You have cleaned up your coupons. So it can't get much easier than that. Using the database and then shoving all the new coupons in a folder, that is my organization. And then I only cut the coupons when the shopping list tells me to cut them. Now I know for some people that stresses them out right there because you want to have your coupons with you. You want to know that you're not going to miss a deal. But if you're already stressed, you need to tone it down and you need to go with just the deals that you know about for a little bit. If I get to the store and I find a clearance deal or a deal that I really want to grab and I didn't bring a coupon, ask your store, hey, if I come back with a coupon, can I use it? Most of them will say yes. It never hurts to ask. Now, drugstores can be a little iffy, but grocery stores, 99% of the time, they're going to say yes. Just bring the receipt in with the coupon and we will apply it. So this isn't a big deal. I don't need to try to haul this because it isn't going to work into the store. I just take what I know that I need into the store that day and keep it a lot more calm. So hopefully that will help too for folks. Okay, and then trying to jump back into questions and comments. My husband just got on too. So, Tina is asking, will I be adding any other stores? So Tina, I have to tell you right now, I'm kind of at my max on what I can personally handle. So I don't have any plans to add stores, but I do have a long list of stores that people have asked for in the past. Trader Joe's, for example, though, as you mentioned, is not one that I would end up adding. It's like we cover Aldi. They're just like Aldi. And while they have some sales, they don't have any that we can match with coupons. And most of them, it's not as big of a sale as we would normally see in a grocery store. So I know there are a lot of Trader Joe's lovers in the world, but since we're focusing on grabbing a grocery store ad and only grabbing the items that are 40% off or more, it's actually kind of rare for us to see discounts that are that large at Aldi or Trader Joe's for that matter. Now, some of that is because their prices are already fairly low, so I'm, not to completely bash them, but in terms of giving you deals with coupons, there's not a lot there that I can do. So I try to focus my efforts on the stores where we can actually pair those things together and pair the coupons with Ibotta's, like our Walgreens freebies. I can't always do that in Aldi and Trader Joe's and even Lidl. We do cover Aldi and Lidl, but I don't have plans to add Trader Joe's. So Diana says, what do I do with the coupons you cut but end up not using? I forget about them. So Diana, I do have, I would recommend that most folks just have a little coupon folder. So it's like this guy. For me, I technically use this bag. I use this bag because I have it made for when I'm teaching workshops. So it's already made. I may as well use it. But if I cut a coupon and I didn't end up using it, it's going to go in here in its category. And I do thumb through them before I go to the store. But there's really not a lot in there. So I'll actually pull just this one out. This has 3 sets of coupon folders. And you can kind of see some of the categories there. It's old. Sorry, he's kind of dirty. But he's old and he's well used. But if I were to open this up, you're going to see like it's not massively full. Some of them don't even have anything in them. It's just the coupons that I may have found in the store. So you end up with the tear pads or like this guy that printed in the store, but I'm not going to turn and use it right away. Then it ends up in its category. Sometimes I do forget about them. In all honesty, if you forget about a coupon or you forget to use it, then I would look at it more, hopefully this is the case, more as you played the game right. So I run into a lot of folks that will say, I have this $1 coupon and it's about to expire. What's the best way that I could use it? Well, you know what? If it's not on sale, we don't really need to use it. Like I get that it's a $1 coupon, but the bulk of your savings is usually shopping the sale. It's not the coupon that you're pairing in on top of it. So, that may be hard. I'm a couponer, so, confessing that. But if I walk in and all I'm going to shop are the BOGOs, I'm saving 50% right there. Yes, I'm going to pair in a 50-cent coupon or maybe even a $1 coupon, but it's usually not equal to that 50% amount that I just saved. So I don't want to just go rushing in to use a coupon that's about to expire on a full price item. If you are in that boat though, and you're curious, or you just want to know how the best way to use the coupon is, then I would point you to the item search that is on Southern Savers. And I feel like, sometimes I feel like a broken record with this one because it is one of the most common questions that I get is, where's the best deal on diapers this week? Or where's the best deal on whatever it might be? But you can come and you can type in something. So I'm going to actually do something that we have a high value coupon for Equal right now. So let's say you're going through your inserts and you see, oh wow, I have this $1.50 coupon on Equal. Well, then type in Equal and you're going to see every store that has a sale on Equal. Now, right now I have the system set to only show me the 5 stores that I will regularly go to. But we could come in and we could tell it to show us every sale on Equal and hit search. And now I'm going to see all 29 stores where we know that there's a deal on Equal. And you could sit here and decide which one had the best one. Now I can tell you where it is. Buy low has them buy one, get one, and it makes it come out to be free. But you're not going to know that off the top of your head. So you can kind of see where you would want to plug in that $1.50 coupon. Now, that's an example of a new coupon, but the same thing is going to work if you have a coupon that's about to expire or you just need something. We're completely out of an item and you want to know who has it on sale. So I was actually looking for some Cetaphil lotion earlier. I can come in here and see who has Cetaphil on sale. Now, and I guess while we're here, I mentioned I have it filtered to only show me my 5 normally. This is why. How many of us have Rite Aid anymore? I do still cover it, but I don't really want to see that it's a really great price at Rite Aid because I can't get it. So if you want to do that, that's coming up to the top, and in the top right-hand corner, you can log in and edit your profile, and under my profile, I have set the stores that I want to see deals from. And when you do that, it's going to apply to the item search only. It doesn't apply to the home page. It's a blog. I don't really have a way to only show you things on the home page that you want to see. I would love to, but blogs don't really have that functionality. But what it does do is say, you know what, I don't want to see any of these other stores. I just want to see my 5 favorites. And then I'm going to see just the ones that apply to me. If you were wanting to see the kind of the best deals, the best way to go about it. Okay. How long does it take you to make each list? So, Carrie, I guess that could be kind of a 2-pronged question. How long does it take me on the back end to make a list? For you guys, that's like, it depends on the list, but Publix probably takes me about 3 to 4 hours. How long does it take me to make my own shopping list? I probably spend total to get ready to go to the store about 45 minutes max, and that's for a really big list. So, I mean, honestly, this Walgreens list from today, if you look at the amount of coupons that I had to cut, it wasn't really a ton. There's not a lot of insert coupons there, and most of them were all Walgreens digitals. So I didn't even bother loading those until I got to the store, and I just scanned the barcodes on products because that just makes me happy. But cut those few coupons, and I'm kind of ready to go. So it depends on the size of the list, max 45 minutes to get ready for a trip. So sit there and make the shopping list, cut the coupons that the shopping list tells me to cut. Now, I also should be honest. Most of you know this because I try to share it and try to, keep it real. I don't actually cut my own coupons. I make my children do the work. So I print the list and then I hand it to them, and they take over from here. They are actually why we created the quick cutting guide, because when it was just like this and you had to skim and find the inserts in this section, they would miss them all the time. So we created the quick cutting guide so that they wouldn't miss them and they could just cut what I needed, and then I kind of piece it together and figure out how many they cut for various things. It does have its moments. If they need to cut ice cream coupons, they will usually cut all of them. And so now I have enough coupons to get like 16 cartons of ice cream. But, you know, they were wishful thinking. But I do put them to work, and I would highly recommend that. Anyone that's got kids 7 and up, they can handle real coupons. 7 and under, I may start them on expired coupons before you start them on real ones, just to make sure that they don't miss any of the key parts. You need to be able to see the expiration date. You need to not cut through the barcode. But put your kids to work. They're going to eat all the food you're bringing home, and they should help pay the price for buying all of that food. That's their kind of, that's their little part in terms of helping. Let's see. Oh, your Ibotta is only showing the Bulldog at Rite Aid, and you don't have Rite Aid. So, Natalie, you may want to just get into the store and scan that one. If it's not pulling up for you, hopefully you'll see it in Walgreens. But I do know when it comes to Ibotta and to the apps that are there, or the offers that are there, that they do vary by person. So I'm seeing it. I know it's in other people's accounts too, but sometimes even, I'll show you another one. Right now there's a good deal on Pop-Tarts. I know Pop-Tarts may not be at the top of your list. Pop-Tarts, for me, it's a 50-cent offer. For my mom, if she pulls up her account, it's a 25-cent offer. So sometimes we all have the same offers, but the amounts will vary. So it just depends on your account, I guess, how often you're redeeming. I don't really know what their rhyme or reason is. You can definitely check it before you leave, but if you want, at least double check it by scanning the barcode in the store so you don't miss something. Is a great way to handle it too. Okay. So Meek says, I started couponing a month ago, and last week I went to 3 stores within 5 days, and by Friday I felt like I was having a panic attack. I don't even know if that was true. So hopefully, yes, I would say kind of step back in one store. We don't need to be in that realm, but I can see where you'd be that way. You feel like you're trying to chase the deal, and you gotta not miss the next one. That's where a lot of folks get. But honestly, there's a point where you don't need any more either. So some of us have been couponing long enough. We actually had a digging moment in our house a week ago. My kids, we have assigned chores, and one of them is toilets. She actually loves her chore. I'm not going to point out that it's not the one most people would want. But we were out of toilet bowl cleaner. Like, we can't possibly be out of toilet bowl cleaner. Who's shopping around here? But in digging for toilet bowl cleaner, opening cabinets and realizing, you know, we've probably got 25 things of laundry detergent. So I have now like self-imposed. We're on laundry detergent restrictions. I don't need any more. And so there's a point where you're going to get there too. We did promptly go to Kroger and get the 99-cent Clorox toilet bowl cleaner at Kroger. So there's always a deal to help you get replenished. That's where the item search comes in. But even for that, as we all get into this, you might find I got into it and I got so overwhelmed and I bought way more than I needed. Then really tone it down. You can say no to various products, and yes, there may be some crazy good deal on detergent. There'll be another one. We see detergent for between 49 cents and 99 cents all the time. So it's sometimes, for some of us, it's just saying, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to stay home on this one. And I think we all get there. And we all should be there from time to time. So Rita is saying there are multiple bonuses on Fetch Rewards. How do you know which items qualify for each individual bonus? So when we go with Fetch, Rita, there are specific items that qualify for rewards with Fetch, but then there are a number of just participating items that give you a little tiny amount. I don't know that I would necessarily focus on those items quite so much. So what I mean by that, and you can see them all, by the way, So pull this up. This is the inside of Fetch. There are 248 brands that you're going to earn rewards on, and you can look at them, but I don't need to do anything here. I don't need to scan anything. There's not a coupon particularly, but it's not going to tell you how much you're going to get for them, and most of the time it's like 20, 25 extra points. That's worth basically nothing, like 2 cents. So I wouldn't focus on those products specifically so that you can get extra points. They're going to add up, but it's nothing compared to the actual rewards that are here. The 1,000 for buying all of these items, that's just under the Discover section versus focusing on all of the View Alls. That's really, I wouldn't really focus on those when you're heading in. It's kind of like going into Walgreens, and if Walgreens is running a 500 balance reward deal to buy this $13 product, that's 50 cents. So don't get excited. The reward's not that great. I would more focus on the specific items that have much higher bonuses in Fetch, and those are all under the Discover tab down at the bottom. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Kind of just take some of what you're trying to keep an eye on in Fetch. And some of the bonuses may be a little higher, but you don't know what they are. And I wouldn't put a lot of stock into specifically buying that item just for even 100 points. That's 10 cents. So, thinking about the value. Since their points, 1,000 points equals $1, it's going to take a big bonus to make something worthwhile. Oh yeah, so Paige, is there a way in Ibotta to see your offers for a certain store once you add them? It used to say view offers, and now I don't see it anymore. So let's look it up, Paige. So I'm pretty sure, let's see. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing, Paige. Redeem. I want to say they had just moved it under redeem. And that's all I'm trying to do, trying to look through. Oh, even then it's not. It's a good question, Paige. I hadn't really noticed. Now that I've gone direct with so many of them, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to go digging to see where they stuck it. But I don't see anywhere in the app that you can find it right now. Good question. If anything, I have a contact with them at corporate too, and I'll let them know that would be helpful. I use it all the time to make sure that I've scanned them all. Oh, I see it now. Just took me a second to click on a correct store. Okay, so here we go. Publix page. I've clicked into Publix, and you can see this gray bar. Oh, hold on. Down here, I'm trying to move the cursor so you can see it. It says your list, and if I pop that open, it is everything for Publix that I have unlocked. So you have to do it inside each store rather than before it used to be just down here on the bottom. Now you have to come in, select the store that you want to shop at. So Kroger, and then your list is going to pop up at the bottom. Click on that gray bar, and there's everything that I've unlocked for Kroger. So it is still there, just an extra step. Where before you would click on offers and you would pick the store that you wanted to go to. Now, one thing, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but I'll click on it and show you. This is new as of this week in the newest edition. So you can now link your Target account, and you don't have to scan Ibotta receipts for Target. Oh, and now he's frozen. He doesn't want to pull it up, but it's there. So that's kind of fun for Target shoppers. They've added another store. We got it. That's why it's frozen. It really wanted to show that pop up. But there you go. You have another store that you can link for Ibotta. So that's kind of fun too. Okay, to jump back into some other questions. Oh, and Paige, where's the Pop-Tart deal at? So the best Pop-Tart deal that I know of, Paige, is at Publix. They are buy one, get one at Publix right now. We've got $1 off 3 coupon, and then that 50-cent Ibotta, hopefully you have 50 cents, is a limit of 5. So you can grab them as cheap as like 80 cents a box. Basically, I think it might be 83 cents a box after that $1 off 3 coupon and the 50 cents off 3 boxes. That's the one that I was mentioning. So Marianne says, at Walgreens, I have 13,000 points. and I need 20,000. If I use 1,000 for a purchase, does that mean I will need 8,000 to reach 20,000? Or does my beginning balance stay towards the bonus? So it will. So if you use 1,000, you will then have 12,000 points till you reach 20,000. But you really don't have to earn 20,000 anymore. So Walgreens, a while back, the more points you had, the more they were worth. Now, 20,000 is worth $20, but 10,000 is worth $10. There's no benefit to holding on to them. What I would say is if you want to buy something and you want to use 10,000, if you want to use 1 through 5, so you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you can use 10, then, so on. Use the 10. Don't pay out of pocket if you don't need to pay out of pocket. There's really not a need to hold on to those to hold on to your points because you're not getting any extra value to hold on to them. Just pay less out of pocket. That is by far the way that I would recommend you going, because you can't pay the electricity bill with balance rewards, but you can with cash. So let's save the cash and just use the points whenever you want. The others will hold tight and be there and keep accruing. You do need to remember that if you pay with points, it will negate some of the deals that you're grabbing and the points that you're going to get. But most of the time, if you pay with them, you're going to be okay. So Brady says, I haven't shopped at CVS in about 6 weeks. I was still getting CRTs and coupons, but now the app shows nothing. So Brady, CVS's app all day today has been kaput. It's just no good. I think I got it to load once for me with their store coupons in there. But anytime I went either to their website or to their app, all I got was, we're sorry, we're trying to fix this. So you're not alone. It is showing them for me right now in their app. But I haven't tried to load them. Let's see if I try to load this guy, whether or not it will actually even load. He's spinning. I don't know. I think they're just having some issues. So I went to Walgreens today to film my weekly video, and my plan was to go to CVS. But if I don't know what all the store coupons are, it's really hard to tell you all the deals. But yeah, it's just spinning. I'm not getting much there. It is showing them, though. I mean, they're halfway there, right? You just can't load them right now. So I would probably plan to go to CVS another day, unless you have extra care bucks that are about to expire and you need to use them right now. If you can hold off, yeah, even in loading it, I just got we're sorry, there was an error sending this coupon to the card alert right over that offer. So you are not alone. Just CVS as a whole, I guess, needs to go on vacation. Natalie says, in Walmart, there are Q-tips that are 15 cents, and Fetch Rewards gives a 500-point bonus. So I'm going to guess that those are like a trial size of the Q-tips. That's a pretty fun one. Thanks for chiming in with that one, Natalie. I'll try to get it added to the list for Walmart. And then they had a $10 pumpkin spice bonus if you buy 5 qualifying items, but it doesn't say which items qualify. I gotcha. I'm not a pumpkin girl, so it's not one that I would have even thought of redeeming. Let me see. And that might be one, too. If you sign up for their emails, trying to see, and I don't have that one in my account. I'm not a pumpkin spice person to them, which works. I wouldn't have bought it anyway. But even this one, so I'll share my screen here. So this is a PepsiCo reward. Buy $25 worth of PepsiCo products and get a $5 reward. Well, if you click on the offer, you'll be able to see the add more. And this one fully says Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Doritos, Cheetos, Bubbly, Tropicana. It just kind of lists them all there. And then what it also says what it does not include. It does not include Quaker, Gatorade, Propel. So you have an idea of the brands to pick and the brands not to pick. But it's all about kind of clicking into the offer on those so that you can see what all the details were. So hopefully you would see that for that pumpkin spice one if it's in your account. I don't get any pumpkin spice, I guess, which works for me. My husband might be sad. He actually doesn't mind it. So a new Harris Teeter opened near your house, and we got 10 off 50 purchase coupons for that location. And there's a Lowe's coupon. Can I use both in one shopping trip at Harris Teeter? So it's really going to depend on your store, Natalie. A lot of stores, and this is across the board. So a number of stores will take competitor coupons as well as store coupons. But a lot of times when it comes to those total off your purchase coupons, their coupon policies usually state a limit of 1 total off your purchase coupon per transaction, or they're going to require that you buy $100 worth to be able to use both of those 10 off 50s. So I would just ask your store, hey, can I use both of these? If they say no, then split your transaction up, or intentionally buy 2 sets of $50 so that you know that you can use them both. But I would go in expecting a no. I know that it is spelled out in the buy low coupon policy. Publix, it can be hit or miss based on the store that you're in, but most Publixes will require the $100 purchase. And Harris Teeter isn't really known for being incredibly coupon friendly. They definitely, super doubles and some fun times, other things, but they tend to also say no to a lot of things. So it's going to have to ask. And Jill, yes, you can link Harris Teeter on Ibotta. There's a lot of stores that you can link on Ibotta. So Lowe's Foods, Harris Teeter, Food Lion, Buy Low, Publix, Kroger, none of the Rite Aid you could, but they're gone in the Southeast. Now Target, and more, hopefully will be the case. Directly linking them saves Ibotta time and saves us time. So they definitely want to move to that point. I don't know why CVS is not a linked store yet. You can link your CVS and your Savings Star account. So you would think that CVS would allow Ibotta, but they haven't yet. Okay. And then Miss J, do I meal prep? We actually just did that one last week, Miss J. That was our topic. All last week was freezer cooking and meal prepping and meal planning. I do meal prep. I would recommend that you just focus on the key things that you regularly use. So I always have diced onions, diced green bell peppers, and kind of use it as a way to keep my produce from going bad, get them in the freezer before they go bad. Shredded chicken and cubed diced chicken, pre-cooked, ground beef, pre-cooked, having those things ready to go. That is my version of meal planning. So then when a meal calls for those items, they're in the freezer, kind of dump whatever I need from the big, huge bag that they live in into the pot and keep on going. So that would be my general advice, is make a list of those key ingredients that are fresh types of ingredients, and then work to have those in your freezer ready to go is a great way to start. And that's not really freezer cooking, but it is freezer prepping. So hopefully that is what you were asking. Okay, to jump ahead, are the Kroger deals on Southern Savers good for Smiths? It depends. So a number of the Kroger stores do run the exact same promotions. If there's a mega event, same exact mega event. If it's a 5-time use event, same exact coupons. And so hopefully that's the case for Smiths. I've not pulled up all of the Kroger chains. I know that it's dead on for Ralph's because I have traveled. Once a year I go to a conference in San Diego and they have Ralph's. And I've shopped mega events at those Ralph's. So they will line up for a number of the chains. I've not compared them for Smith's. But if Smith's is running the mega events, they're going to line up for you. The difference is, and this is even across the board with Kroger, or really any store, so this is a good note for everybody, the prices will vary based on where you live. Even for Publix. It can be BOGO in Publix from one state to another, but that price could be different up to 50, 75 cents, depending on the cost of living in your area. So if you live in California, you're probably not going to get items as cheap as I could get them at my Kroger in South Carolina. But the same deals are going to be running and the same coupons are going to apply for those deals. So for you, when you use the list that's on Southern Savers, I just wouldn't necessarily put all my stock in the final price, but at least know this is included and all of these coupons go with it. And it is going to be on sale. It's just going to be on sale relative to your area versus the Southeast if you're not in the Southeast. And you probably are already kind of used to that anyway if you live in a more expensive area. And Paige, I get you. Paige says she's still an old school kind of girl and you prefer to take pictures of receipts. I do too, but I'll tend to forget. Even tonight I waited to upload the receipt for the Bulldog and I still need to do it. And so it's going to be one of those, I need to put a Post-it note on the front of the computer so that as soon as we're done, I don't forget to upload for my $3 one versus having it just done. Makes it a little easier. So I don't know. I'm a little torn. And then Miss J, I use Ziploc bags for my meal prepping because I want to only be able to go in and grab just a little bit of the onions. So I actually had it out. It's a big gallon size bag for the onions that we are using right now, or for the meat. But I vacuum seal anything that is going to be in the freezer for a while. So our garden, as we put up green beans and squash, those all get vacuum sealed. That's not a meal prepping. That's just saving veggies for when they're not in season. But if it's something that I'm going to keep in the inside freezer, not my outside freezer, and I'm going to be accessing it multiple times a week, it's in a Ziploc bag. And we go through those to where it's not something that really had to be vacuum sealed to keep it good. It is not going to be hanging around for 6 weeks. Oh, and look, Paige, you're not alone. Jeannie and Carrie, a lot of you guys wanting to not have stores that are linked. So I guess it's just me and liking the not having to think about it. But I can see just wanting to have some control over it. And Laura, you're right. So even in Florida, I've even found the difference on prices to even be across the same town. So you can be on one side of town and the other side of town, and the price will always differ. Some things to think about are the area of town. If you're in a more affluent area of town, or there's a ton of other shopping around it, it is going to be a more expensive store than in a quieter part of town, or even a poorer part of town. I mean, it's just the facts of life, that it is going to cost more. So in our area, we have an area called Harbison, and it's where all the malls are and all the fun stores are. That Publix is one of the most expensive Publixes. Now, the second most expensive Publix is the one that is downtown. Might as well have put up like a skyrise there, but there's a random Publix there. That is an incredibly expensive Publix, possibly even more so over the big shopping area. But you get outside of that and you go to one that's just in a normal residential area, and the prices could be 50 cents or more off of the same product. So one side of town to another. And Tina says, I forget to add the rebates to Ibotta before I shop. So for those, I would highly recommend, as you're grabbing things, that you just keep Ibotta up on your phone. And so things get added to the cart, and I just keep scanning them to make sure that I grabbed everything. Sometimes before I check out, I will sit there and just thumb through. And if you want to know, obviously there's a ton here to thumb through. But what you can do, let me go just to Publix there and not live in Target. But there's one section in particular that I would tell you to keep an eye on. The what's hot section. Not always is it going to match up on Wednesdays because that's a new ad, but come Thursdays, the ones that everybody's been redeeming on Wednesday will tend to be in the what's hot. So right now we have free Philo's cream-filled cereal in the what hot. Okay, that's a good one. And then any of these, and usually, we didn't mean to click on it. Any of these in the what's hot section typically line up with stores or with sales. So that's why they're in there. So the other one that I would recommend that you check is the new offers. Obviously, you can't scroll through all of them. So just checking these two is going to help you not miss any of the brand new offers into the app and the offers that everyone is redeeming. Now, I don't know that new offers always lines up either, because that corn right there, he's been in there for a while. But you get the idea in terms of not missing a ton of things. You're going to catch them more faster that way in those two categories. You can sit here and just keep on scrolling, but you might be there a while. So I scan barcodes and then check those two sections if you're worried that you missed something. Thanks, Jill. I'm glad you're with me. Jill says, I'd rather link them. Choose smarter, not harder. I think that's part of it for me, is just taking off that it's one less thing to even worry about. And I can check my activity and know that they came through, or if there's an issue, deal with it. But I haven't had one in a while. And Carrie, yes, the Gervais Street Publix in Columbia is the most expensive Publix in town. And that's where they are. So to move on, we've hit a lot of things. I had one particular question that was sent to me in email today. And we've talked about the item search some, but I want to specifically answer your question. I'm sorry, I don't remember what your name was, but I did read your email right before we went live. And with that, her question was, how do I create a price book? So if you're wanting to create that price list or by price list or price book, and I shared a by price list a few weeks ago when we talked about that in finding what the best price was for items. So that was, I think, 2 weeks ago for our Q&A, was how to spot a deal and what that deal looks like. But if you want to do that, use the item search, guys, to create your own price book. So I'm going to unselect all 29 stores. We would be here for a ton of times if that was the case, and I'm going to reselect just the ones that I would regularly go to. So we've got CVS, Bilo, and Publix. We'll just leave those 3 there. I'm going to search for Cetaphil, but Cetaphil, I want to see every deal on Cetaphil since last May. You can go back 6 months in data if you want and hit search. And with that, now I'm going to see every sale on Cetaphil in those 3 stores only, because that's what I asked it to tell me. And it's still a lot, but now I get an idea of how low are we seeing these items. So if I'm trying to create a buy price or just get an idea in my head, what's the price that I really want to be aiming for, this is it. It is your own database of deals and anything that we've seen. So if it has been on a list, it is going to show up. Now, this can be a little tricky. Like if you want to type in ham, it is going to return anything that has the word ham in it as well. So sometimes you need to think about how you search. Like we just got a lot, as you can see. But we got hamburger and Arm & Hammer. I know ham is the one. It's a tricky one. So you need to think about sometimes and maybe going spiral or shank or, giving it a little bit more behind it. But if I wanted a particular, let's even just say bath tissue. I don't even care what brand. Show me all the deals on bath tissue. That's what the stores call it, by the way, not toilet paper. I'm going to see that. I can go brand specific or not brand specific, but you can quickly make your own buy price using that historical data. So again, you can go back 6 months. I don't know that you need to go back that far because you can tell that's just 3 stores. And that's a lot of bath tissue, just all of these different store ads. But you get the idea. Use this. It's there. Use the data to help you figure out what that best deal is. Not only for this week, if I took that date out, it's only going to show me all the deals this week on toilet paper, which is also a very common question that I get. But definitely for figuring out who has the best deal on it over time, what that great price is. So hopefully that helps you. And I'll try to, I'll email you back if you didn't see it, and maybe you'll catch it too. So Liana says, can I explain how to read the coupons on the site? Yeah, so while I have this up, we'll do it straight from this page since it's nice and big. So Quilted Northern, this is on a personal care flyer, so it's not an amazing deal. Quilted Northern, we've got printables here, we've got RMN 818, and we have an e-coupon. Those are 3 different types of coupons. I'm not telling you to go in and use all of these coupons on one thing of Quilted Northern. Instead, I'm telling you all the coupons that are available for it. So the printable, you're going to click on that, and you're going to get as close as I can get you to the Quilted Northern coupon. So you're right there from clicking on it. Or the RMN 818, which I have highlighted, that's in the insert. That's in that Retail Me Not insert. And you would come into your coupons, and I would pull out 818, and I would cut that coupon that I needed for that product. And then the e-coupon is a Publix digital coupon, and that is going to get you to the Publix digital coupon page. So we click on that. It's going to load the Publix digital coupons, and we don't really need Publix's insight on how they changed it, but hopefully you'll be able to find it from there. I don't have a way to directly link to Publix digital coupons, but they did now give us a way to sit here and go to the items that you may need, and then you can hopefully find whatever you were wanting. Sometimes it's hard to decide how Publix categorizes items, but you get the idea. So that's what these mean. Printable, insert, and e-coupon. And if you can't remember that, I'll come back here and I'll show you as well. At the top of the site, there is actually a little legend, and people don't realize it, but this little guy right here, his name's Martin, by the way. If you open him up, he will show you all the details of how to read all the lingo that you may need for reading those coupons. So hopefully that helps. And if you click here for coupon abbreviations, it will actually open up a whole page of a lot more abbreviations. So let him help you at the top of the site. He's always there on the homepage. He's always there on the list pages as well with that going nuts. If you're losing your mind, you can open that up and you can see whatever it is that hopefully will decode that for you. And I know that's part of just learning to coupon is learning the language, the WYBs and the whatevers. I can't type all of that out every time or else your shopping list would be massive, but hopefully that helps. So Carrie, yes, I will stick the price list back in. I stuck it in a couple weeks ago. It'll take me just a minute to find it again, and I keep meaning to plug it in where it's supposed to go. So if you were to click on the Learn to Coupon tab, it should be there, but the one that's there is old and not the newest one. So give me a second, Carrie, and I will find it and plug it in for you. But with a buy price list and the buy price list that I will stick in here in just a second, keep in mind it doesn't have brands there because we usually see the same price for most of those brands across the board. So I have two for you. I'm going to give you okay. So I'm going to give you a buy price list off of every item that you would want to grab. And then I'm going to give you a pantry staples. And this pantry staples is actually one that we just posted with prices for that as well. So you can go just either one that you might want. Pantry staples. The pantry staples one is older, but it still pretty much lines up. We still see most of those prices on those staples items. And then the buy price list hopefully will help you kind of get everything that you are wanting. So let me make sure that buy price list is right too. Yeah, so I think you're good. So we'll stick both of those in the comments, Carrie, and hopefully you'll be able to see them. Oh goodness, I bet. So Jen is saying, my husband and I both have different store cards for all of the stores, and I can't keep it all together. It's so overwhelming to have both. And then it cut you off. I would recommend that you just go down to one. In terms of the deals that are out there, to have two CVS cards or to even try to do two grocery stores, to have more, I get some people want to do it to have more digital offers. There are so many deals that we're going to grab. You're going to be just fine with one. But remembering which card you loaded which digital coupons to, and you're going to lose your mind. When I first started, I had a CVS card, and my husband actually went and got a CVS card for himself because I was getting deals, but I wasn't wanting to use my extra care bucks to buy like soda and things that he was wanting. So he got a CVS card, and he was going to get the deals while he was at work for soda and things that he could keep at his desk. Well, he did that. I don't even remember how long he did it. But eventually, he hands me the card, and he hands me the extra care bucks that he still has with them. And he kind of like, I wash my hands of this. And I tried to keep both of them going, but that lasted maybe 2 or 3 months because all it took was scanning the wrong card and then trying to use the wrong extra care bucks with it. And you can't. You have to cancel out the whole transaction and start all over again. So after that, I have never again tried to do multiple cards for any stores. And now that everything is digital, it really would be even more of a headache because it would only take one time that you scan the wrong card, and that's not the one linked to Ibotta or whatever it might be. I wouldn't go there. And you feel like you'd be too limited with deals for your family of 6. So, for us, we're a family of 7, and it really doesn't. I do get multiple inserts, so that might be where you need to go. So I get 4 sets of inserts. And I don't recommend that for most people. Here we're talking about couponing without the stress. The more inserts you get, the more time that this is going to take. But if there were, this particular week, it appears, had 4 inserts in it, then I end up with 16. I have 4 of each one of those. But between these and the digitals and printables, I usually have enough coupons to keep us very stocked in whatever it is. Not to mention, if I go in today, I can get a great deal on Ragu. But last week in Publix, I could get a great deal on Barilla. So as long as you don't have a ton of brand loyalties, I don't need to stock up on one type of cereal today. I can get cereal every time I'm in the store, a different type of pasta sauce, a different type of peanut butter. So it's not that it's the last deal ever on those products. You're just going to get used to, I grab 2 or 3 of this when I'm in here this week for this brand, and then I grab another 2 or 3 for another brand another week. And that has worked fine for me. In terms of keeping digital straight, I tend to only load them before I go to the store. And like I mentioned earlier, if the store has it, I load them by barcode scanning. If the store doesn't, so Publix, I tend to just pull up their site and load them all before I leave the house. But I don't tend to even ponder what's saved there until I'm headed to the store. Get them saved and let them sit there. If you use them, great. If you don't, they sit there until you need to use them again. Oh goodness, thanks Jenny for letting me know that. I guess that is why some of you are confused. I'm sorry, I usually go in and try to change it all, and I guess I missed it. So everything's automated. When I push the go live, it creates the Facebook page, and I apologize for not resetting the titles this week, guys. It's one of those, you always do things in a set order, and I obviously got out of my system when I did it all. And Jessica's saying that you only do 2, I'm guessing you mean Dollar General accounts. My computer's showing it as DQ. Well, I could use 2 Dairy Queen cards too, but Dollar General accounts when I need to do 2 deals. And Dollar General, I know a lot of folks love Dollar General digital coupons. So if you are in there on a regular basis, I could kind of see wanting to have 2 accounts, but even keeping that straight would get tricky. Okay, and Nadine's chiming in and saying she's a family of 8 and they also get 4 inserts. So yeah, the more people you have in your house, the more it's worth it. But if you aren't a big family, don't go there. So please, I don't want to overwhelm anyone. Please don't go there. It's just going to be way too much for you. But hopefully, Jen, just kind of taking the brands out of it and realizing, for example, we're talking about this buy price list, and I told you, there are no brands here. Well, there are no brands here because we see the same prices on all these items all the time. So I don't need to sit there and be focused on buying 92 cans of pinto beans. I'm going to see Bush's on sale this week, and I'm going to see Publix House brand soon. And then, you're going to grab them as you see them, a few each time, or enough that your coupons allow you to get that time, and then just change up the brand the next time it pops in and it hits that buy price list. That's really our goal. If it hits this price, then let's grab it. So hopefully that takes some stress off. Is there any store like CVS that once you add the digital coupon, it changes the expiration date? Note, Paige, CVS is the only one that does that. So all of the other digitals for other stores, when I load them, they had an expiration date before I loaded them, and that expiration date stays the same. It does not change when you load them. But for CVS, when you load them, not their manufacturers, by the way, just their store coupons for CVS, but when I load a store coupon for CVS, it automatically makes the expiration date go out another 7 days. The manufacturers for CVS do not change. So that is something to be aware of, because if you're thinking it's going to give you another 7 days on the tide, it doesn't. But it's very sweet on the store coupons for sure. And then Natalie, as soon as I mention how I get inserts, it's always a question. So I get my inserts mailed to me because I use an insert company. There's a number of them out there, so I'm not telling you one's better than another, but I use SundayCouponInserts.com as mine. And you can go anywhere that you want to with that. I would just Google whole coupon inserts, and you're going to find a number of other places too that do the same thing. You still have to pay for them. It's still the same price as getting the Sunday paper. So I'm not really saving anything in terms of getting them that way. I'm just saving myself the frustration of having to go get 4 papers. They come in the mail on Monday. Okay. Oh, and Kimura says, if I forgot to take in the Walgreens get 5,000 points when you spend $20, but it has expired, they will not. So usually Kimura, and maybe I'll have Paige chime in and give us her help too. So Paige is on the Facebook side, but in Walgreens, typically those point offers, they have to be scanned when you purchase the item because so much of your receipt can end up negating them. If you used points to pay for that transaction, all sorts of other things. So you may be able to get a drugstore that will take a manufacturer's coupon after the fact, but drugstores are still difficult with manufacturer's coupons, but very rare to get that store coupon, especially those point bonus offers. after the fact. I'm sorry. It's just gotta try hard to not forget them. And for me, I stick them in my Walgreens little pocket so that it's right there the next time I go into Walgreens. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. We went over tonight, and I'm sorry for the mix-up for everyone on Facebook that thought we were going to talk meal planning again. I'll go in and change the title as soon as we're done, but hopefully you enjoyed tonight's topic as well. So we'll be back every Monday night, same time, always start at 8:30 Eastern Time, and let me pull up and see what our topic is for next week. So we will be, we hit a lot of it this week as well, but next week is going to be a specific. So Brady asked for this one a while ago. I actually remember that when you did, but we're going to hit saving on babies and kids next week. I know you may not have babies or kids, but I'd still love for you guys to join in, all of you that are regulars around, and if anything, share it with folks that are expecting or that have young kiddos. We're going to talk everything from baby gear to even older kids, sports gear, clothes, all of that. So saving on babies and kids, that's going to be next week. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you have a great night, and keep an eye out for all the deals that we grabbed at Walgreens. Get my husband to piece the video together for me and hopefully get it up by tomorrow evening. So I will talk to you later, and hopefully we'll all be able to get some of the fun deals, especially this one in Walgreens, and some others this week. So thanks again for joining me. Y'all have a great week.